Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rifka Tadiana. I'm from class G, and today I would like to do the presentations about phonology. So the first slide is, what is phonology? So phonology is the study of sound patterns in human language. Its main function to distinguish the meaning between the words. For example, the different sound between the beat and bat makes the meaning of this word different. What is phoneme? So phoneme is the smallest unit of language that can change the meaning of the word. For example, changing the sound P to B in a word of pat and bat, and the result is in different meanings. And the next slide will be the example of the phoneme. There is two different phoneme. The first one is vowel, like E in a beat, E in a beat, A in a cat. And consonant phoneme like pat in P in a pat, B in a bat, or T in a tat. And the next slide is allophone. An allophone is a variation in the pronunciation of the phoneme that does not change the meaning, the word meaning. For example, like the sound P in a pin and spin in the is slightly different, but both are perceived as the same phoneme P. For example of allophone is flap T, sound like a D, occurs between two vowels in American English, or butter, the unreleased T occurs at the end of the word like cat. And the next one is minimal pair. So minimal pair is the pair of words in a language that differ by only one phoneme and have different meanings. Minimal pairs are used in phonology to demonstrate that two sounds function as the distinct phoneme in that language. So the characteristic of minimal pairs, the first one is one sound difference. So only one sound or phoneme is the difference between two words and different meanings. So the difference in sound result in a different in meanings. And the last one is same word length. So typical both words have the same number of the sound. And the example of minimal pair, this. So in English there is tan and then. So T and D are different. Like sit and sit, like E and I are different. Or in Indonesia, palu vs malu, so P and M are different. Or masa vs mata, so as and T are different. Or in our local language, Bima, there is basa, meaning basah, vs bisa vs mampu are different between A and I. Or ngaha, meaning makan, and ngoho, membabat hutan, are different in A and O. This will be phonetic. So phonetic is the study of human sound in general without saying what the function sound may have in particular language. There is three different of phonetic. The first one is articulatory phonetics. So study how speech sounds are produced by the human vocal apparatus, like tongue, lips, and vocal cords. For example, like how you sound the P is produced by closing the lips and releasing of the burst of air. And the second one is acoustic phonetic. Is analyze the physical properties of sounds such as frequency, amplitude, and durations. For example, the difference in sound wave between S and Z. And the last one is auditory phonetics. It's focused on how sound are perceived and processed by the ear and the brain. For example, like how listener distinguish between similar sound like B and P. And the next slide is phone. So phone is the smallest unit of the sound in the speech that can be produced by the human vocal tract. It represents a single speech sound regardless of whether it changes the meaning of a word. For example, like the word cat can be pronounced as cat with the unaspirated K and unreleased T. And the next one is complementary distributions. So complementary distribution means that two sounds never occur in the same environments and are contextually dependent. They are typically allophones of the same phoneme, and the difference does not change the word meaning at all. For example, like this. And the next one is free variations. So free variations involve two or more sounds that can be appear in the same environments without changing the word meanings. It reflects speaker preference, accents, or dialects, and lacks a fixed rules for usage. Sound in the free variations are allophones of the same phoneme. For example, like this. And I think that's all from my presentation. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.